Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a fabulous week. And I hope everybody had a great week last week as well. I've been a little absent. Have some stuff going on here. I'm not going to go into detail, but just, life in general. And just haven't been as active on YouTube as I would like to be. And it'll probably be a little while before I am again. So, but I did want to pop on and do a quick update and fill you in on a few things. So first of all, I am going to take a moment to participate in the tribute that Shannon did for, I'm not going to even say that author's name because I'll butcher it, but the woman who wrote Llama Llama. I am truly a children's book enthusiast. I have always loved children's literature, and the verbiage is important to me as well as the illustrations. I like that they go hand in hand. And so I have many, many favorite books. I've narrowed it down to 3. I'm only going to read one today, and then I'll read the other 2 in different videos. I've only seen Yvonne participate, and she read, I forget the first book. I hadn't heard of that one before, but she also read Corduroy, and I just love Corduroy. But before I do that, we would like to take a moment to wish Suzanne a very, very happy birthday. I believe I'm a bit late. I do apologize for that. But it is your birthday month, and as y'all know, I am a huge fan of celebrating your birthday for the entire month. So, happy birthday, Suzanne. I hope you had a blessed one. I'm a little behind on videos. I think I'm up to last Sunday. So what is that? 9 days behind? But anyway, ladies, I wanted to say that, and then I'm going to quickly, I'm going to show this. This is Around the World with Ant and Bee by Angela Banner. I love Angela Banner's Ant and Bee books. These are very old books. I used them as a nanny. They're great first readers for young children because some of the words are in black and some are in red. This is not the book I'm going to read because it's really not a fabulous story or anything. There's a whole series of these. I only own 2 of them. At one point when I was, thinking I would have children, I was trying to get the entire collection because I just love these books. But I would read the black and have the children read the red, and then as they got a bit better at reading, we would flip. And they would read the black and I would read the red. So these are sweet books. I think the other one I have is the ABC one. But the one I'm going to read is called Elizabetty's Doll. I have loved this book for many, many years. Many of the children I nannied for grew up with it. I would take it to read with them. I will quickly read you this sweet little story. Elizabetty had a new baby brother named Obedi. Elizabetty watched Mama take care of him, and she wanted to care for her own baby. She didn't have a doll, so she went outside and picked up a stick. She tried to hug it, but it poked her, and she dropped it on the ground. Then Elizabetty picked up a rock. It was just the right size to hold it, and it didn't poke Elizabetty when she hugged it. She kissed the rock and named it Eva. When baby Obedi had a bath, he splashed and got Mama wet. When Eva had a bath, she behaved very nicely and only splashed a little. Mama fed Obedi, and he gave a loud burp. Elizabetty fed Eva, but she was too polite to burp. Mama changed the cloth wrapped around Obedi's bottom, and it was very messy. Elizabetty was very relieved to find that Eva's bottom was still clean. When Mama did her chores, she tied Obedi on her back with a bright cloth called a kanga. When Elizabetty did her chores, she also tied Eva onto her back with a kanga. Mama had to help a little. Elizabetty went to visit her friend Rahiley. Rahiley laughed when she saw that Elizabetty had a rock for a doll. But Rahiley didn't have a doll either. So when Elizabetty left, Rahiley found her own rock and named it Malusi. When Elizabetty got home, it was time for her to get water from the village well. She took Eva out of the kanga and laid her on the ground near some other rocks so she wouldn't be lonely. Then Elizabeth wrapped the kanga into a small bundle, put it on top of her head, and placed the water jug on top of the kanga. This was how she always carried water and other heavy things. Elizabeth soon returned with the water and took it to her sister Pendo, inside the cooking hut where all the family's meals were made. Then Elizabeth ran outside to get Eva. But Eva was gone. Elizabeth looked all around, but she couldn't find Eva. Mama found a new rock and gave it to Elizabeth. Elizabeth shook her head when she saw it. The rock was just a rock. Pendo also brought Elizabeth a rock, but it wasn't Eva either. Elizabeth was very sad and sat quietly until it was time to help Pendo in the cooking hut. The family had rice for dinner every night, and it was Elizabeth's job to put the pot of rice on the fire pit, which was made of 3 large stones. Elizabeth sadly filled the pot with water and set it on the stones to boil. But one of the stones wasn't a stone at all. It was Eva. Elizabeth called for Mama, and together they moved the pot of water and rolled Eva away from the fire. Although Eva was a bit dirty, she had not been hurt. Pendo ran outside to get a new stone for the fire pit, which is just how poor Eva had become lost. Eva sat quietly while Elizabeth cleaned her off and hugged her. At bedtime, Mama sang a lullaby and rocked Obedi in her arms until he fell asleep. Elizabeth sang a lullaby too, but she fell asleep before Eva did. Mama covered Elizabeth and Eva with a blanket. She smiled and thought that one day Elizabeth would make a fine mother. Eva thought so too. I just love that book, ladies, because first of all, it's African. It's a Kenyan story. But I just, being blessed to have been grow up where I had dolls as a child, the thought of having a rock as a doll. Now, I did have a pet rock growing up, I will tell you guys. And I had to laugh. I've not watched Mad Hatter has a story where she was talking about a pet grub, but she has since told me it was a maggot, and she does have a video up. I've got to watch that yet. Anyway, but, growing up being blessed with having dolls, and you've seen my dolls that I still have from my childhood, it's just so sweet that this young girl creates a doll for herself out of a rock, or a baby, I suppose. But, I have a cousin, she has since passed away. She was one of 8 children. She was the only girl in her family. She was the 7th child. And growing up with all brothers, when I found out, she was born when I was about, was I 11 or 12? I want to say I was 12. So we're, quite a few years apart. And when I went to visit her when she was a toddler and saw she had no dolls, I went home and I packed up a box of my dolls and sent them to her, which is why some of my dolls that I talked about I don't have anymore, because it just broke my heart that I had a cousin who didn't have any dolls, and she was a girl. So anyway, that story is just so touching to me, because that nurturing need in little girls is there, and it just, as we are doll collectors now, it's such a sweet story. So, but I will read my other books on another day, and I'm showing Miss Zipporah has moved over here. Angela has, we were discussing her, and I was telling her that she's quite tiny, and she said she didn't really come across as small. She's about the size of Twin A and Twin B, so she's a perfect newborn size. I guess she must come across as a bit bigger than that, but she is only a newborn size. She's very round. Maybe that's why she looks bigger than she is, but she's just a little newborn. She's so sweet. So there you go, Angela. You can see her size. Yeah, she's about 18 inches. And there she is, next to the Twin A and Twin B. Miss Noelle and Cadence are all cozy here. They're such good girls. So I've seen a couple new babies out there. Congratulations to Gail. She got a Claire Taylor. That's a beautiful baby. I know Saida has a new baby, and Yvonne. I've not watched your box opening yet, but I've seen the titles. Ladies, I keep adding videos every day to my watch later. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, But before we do that, I would like to introduce my two newest creations. They will probably be on my website hopefully by the end of the week. I'm going to try to do their photo shoot in the next couple days. I have to pull outfits for them. They are in outfits that I acquired for them. You know, I like to shop in my closet, but my closet is mainly set up for singletons. I don't have a lot of, you know, things that twins go, and I don't want them super matchy-matchy, but I did order them, you know, outfits that coordinate, and their jammies arrived yesterday, which I need to try on them. So without further ado, I'm going to show you Miss Abby and Maya. I have posted them on Facebook and Instagram, and they've been well received. I don't know if you can see, I did do some painted hair. I tried this first on my own Heavenly Twins. They've not been rooted yet on top of it, which is why you've not seen them. And I really am, you know, I had a few goals for myself this year as a reborn artist, and I wanted to learn painted hair, and I'm learning. I'm brand new at it, and I also wanted to, you know, learn the sparser rooting. And so, you know, y'all know I'm a ponderer, and in my ponderings I thought, well, what if I painted, you know, obviously if I were just doing painted hair there would be a lot more layers, but I did several different colors so it had some depth to it, but then I rooted between my lines and I was really able to get that sparse look that have been trying to get. And typically on the babies I've tried, I end up getting too thick and have to fill their head in. She has a bit more in the middle. I have combed Maya's hair down so you can see that it does lay down, but her hair gets curly in the middle just like hers, but she has a bit less. I didn't want them identical. And then I don't know if you can see it, Maya has a tear. I put a tear there. She has a little bit of moisture in her eyes, and then it'll come up in her photo shoot video. I'm not really thinking you're seeing it there. I think you might see it there. It's a little blurry. But she does have a tear. I went back and forth about that. She got one of my hairs there. And she's a little redder in the face because she's screaming. I practiced it. I have a practice head that I do many things on. And so I did try. I put a tear on my practice head in the inner corner where the tear duct is and then out here. But I thought with some moisture there, like she's squeezing the tear, made more sense to be there. So they are light again. I think I told you all I had to strip them. They wanted to be light babies, not dark babies. And so I did that. And their mouths were a little challenging for me, ladies, because I'm so used to painting darker skin tones with darker mouths. So their mouths did take a little bit of work for me, but I did give them taste buds and veining and, you know, different colors in there. The gums are different color than the tongue and everything. I'm resetting my tripod back up because I would like to they have headbands. I'm going to put them on. I just wanted you to see their hair, I guess, without headbands. I did make their little slippers. I crocheted them. I'll take one off so you can see them. I crocheted them little slippers with a daisy, and the ladybugs are in all different places. They're not in the same place because, you know, in nature, and can you see her foot? In nature, the ladybug wouldn't land on the same place on every flower, but their outfits. Now, she actually has a ladybug button sewn on her outfit. They both have ladybugs on their outfits, but hers is actually like a button, a three-dimensional ladybug. So there they are, ladies. They are both girls. I mean, I have them dressed as girls. I've not even tried to dress them as boys. Maybe they could be, I don't know. They actually are bigger than I thought they would be. They're 20, let me measure. They're supposed to be, I think, 20 inches. My tape measure's in the other room. I'm just going to do a little, yeah, they're 21. I had bodies made for them. As I've told you before, if a kit comes with a body, like if it's part of the kit, sometimes I'll use them, sometimes I won't, but I do, if it is included, I try to, and it does cut a little bit on the cost to use it. But I did order them bodies. I did originally order them in the darker ethnic color, like what you saw on Saskia, but I did switch to biracial. Thank goodness she hadn't started my order yet. I'm like, no, I need lighter bodies. They do wear a size 2 diaper. I had their bodies made wider, so they're a little wider than if you got the bodies with the kit. They are really, if I would get on screen, you could see, but they just curl up so sweetly in your arms. They're just really sweet. So they're 21 inches. I have not taken them yet to the post office to be weighed. I need to do that as well, before their video shoot goes up, so I can have that accurate weighting on there. But oops, she lost a slipper. But they're just really, really sweet. And this little one, I tell you, she's just so colicky or something. She's got a bug in her bonnet, I suppose. But they're just super sweet babies. And they have rooted lashes but painted brows. And she has the German glass eyes. So there they are, ladies. They're kind of all mouth. Oh, I do need to, I'll show you quickly. I have gotten rid of most of my pacifiers and have been sending babies home with Honeybug pacifiers, just so I don't have to do all that drilling and everything that I used to do. But I did have this boy Nook, because before I put their heads together, I wanted to see if they could take modified pacifiers. And this is a 0 to 2 month, and that fit. Now you'd think she would need a bigger one because she's screaming, but I need to find a girl one of that. And then I bought these little, I don't know, they were Walmart's, like Parent Choice or something, and they had a little bit bigger of a nipple. I just wanted to try, and this is the size that fits her. So they're not going to go home with those pacifiers. I'm going to go buy some, probably both of them Nooks. I like that shape on them, but she'll need the 0 to 2 month, and then she'll need the 0 to 6 month size. Her mouth is wider. So that's nice that they can take modified passies. So there they are, ladies. Thank you for your patience on that. As I said, there's just a lot going on right now. And which brings me to, let me put their passies in again, ladies. I just looked at the camera. You couldn't even see their mouths. I'll just show you quickly. I would like to start a tag, and I do know there are several tags going around. I've written a few of them down as I've been working. That's how those passies fit them, ladies. Let me see if I can lift their little heads for you. I've written a few tags down. I just unfortunately have not had time to do them, but I will participate in them in time, ladies. But I would like to start a tag, and let me see if I can phrase this without jumbling it up, because I've just had kind of a crazy few months, actually. I don't really chat about that stuff on YouTube. But I do thank the ladies who are praying partners with me, and I'm not going to name people, but y'all know who you are, so thank you. And I just find myself getting behind, and I, will watch some videos, for example, while I paint and root, and then try to go back and leave comments or thumbs up. And, there's over 100 videos right now in my watch later. And I'm doing my best, which I think we all are. Summer was a bit crazy, I think, for a lot of people. But here's my tag that I would like to start. My question is, if you, and I want to hear from everybody, new people and people that have been around for a long time, because like people like Crystal and stuff and Yvonne, I know people don't answer every comment, because I've heard you talk about this, that you read them, but you can't answer them. So I would like to know if you if you have a YouTube channel that you post videos on, because I know some of you are just commenters. If you have a channel, what is your preference? That if I watch your video and comment on your video, or if I reply to your comments under my video? I'm still managing it at this point, but I think at some point it's just going to be too much. And so I go back and forth with, I love responding to the people who comment on my videos and having this great dialogue. I love that, because you've taken the time to stop by and see my video. But I don't always then have time to go back and comment on every video I watch, and I find I'm leaving more thumbs up these days. Or if I've watched, let's say I have like a marathon 10-hour painting session, and I have watched, you know, the other day I had 90-some videos in my history because I had watched over the course of many days while I was rooting and painting and stuff. And so there was no way I could comment. And I tried, and I know some of it I feel bad because sometimes I'll comment on videos and I'm like, darn, I watched that 3 days ago. I remember the gist of it, but wait, I watched like 4 of that person's videos, and am I commenting on something they said in a different video? And of course I don't have the time to rewatch them all. So I find what I've been doing, if I've watched several of your videos, I'll thumbs up and then comment on the last one, or one that I think, oh, I remember there was this or that or the other that I wanted to communicate with them. So I want to comment on people's videos, but I also want to reply to the comments I get. But I think at some point it's just going to be too much. And I know people like Crystal and Yvonne and Herlonda that have had their channels around for a long time. I would love to know how to best manage that. So my tag is, if you could only hear from channels that you subscribe to in communication, do you prefer the communication be under your videos, or do you prefer your comments be replied to? And if you've hung around this long for this, I'm having a giveaway. Here's my giveaway. You need to answer that tag in a video. Do not write under me below. You need to comment below with the link to your video. I'm going to run this for an entire month. So what is today? Today's the 20th, I believe. So until October the 20th. I don't even know what the prize is going to be yet, but it'll be a nice one. And I do kind of like to base my prizes sometimes on the winners. Like there'll be a prize, and then give me a few days, I'll add stuff based upon you. So anyway, but I would like you to participate in this tag. Make your tag video. You need to be 18 years or older. It can be anywhere. It can be outside of the U.S. this time. Make your tag answering that question, and then you need to link your tag under this video. Those are the rules. And when I see your video, I will comment, and then you'll know I've added you to the list. And at some point, I'll have an update of who's been added and what. So, so that is my giveaway. That is my tag. And these are all the babies looking oh so sweet. As you can see, nobody's been changed. Bless them all. But I have been working on these lovely ladies and just, managing life, ladies. Praying for many, many of you out there, and trusting that God is blessing everybody. Hoping Herlonda's doing well. I see you have an update I need to watch. You're in my watch later. Ladies, I am somebody who likes to do things in order. Every once in a while, I'll see a video and I'm like, I gotta watch it now. But then I'm like, oh, it's out of order. I know, it's weird. But my watch later right now has over 100 videos in it. But I see so many good things out there. And last night while I was cooking, I watched Crystal got to go to the doll show, and I was so happy, and I'm shouting, yes, buy the Anne of Green Gables outfit. Buy it, Crystal, buy it. And then, phew, the next video in my watch later was her haul, and oh, she got it. I love Anne of Green Gables. Anyway, ladies, so do have a lovely day today, and anybody else who has a September birthday, please do enjoy and have some cake and celebrate, and do take care, everybody, and keep an eye out for Abby and Maya's photo shoot video, and they will be available to adopt. I do actually need to calculate, now that I've put everything in them, I do need to calculate their pricing. I need to get them weighed and such. But they were born yesterday. I wrote it down. Oh, I've already flipped my pad over. It's on the other side. One of them I know was born at 11/17 because my birthday's November 17th. I thought, oh, I got to snip it right now. And the other one was like 11. She was born first. And I think she was like 11:51, I want to say. while their hair sealant was drying, I had gotten their limbs and everything ready. It takes a while for anybody who's ever stuffed a baby to get it right. I had all my parts, my components ready, and so anyway, they're about 20. Wait, what did I say? 17. So they're a little over half an hour apart, which can happen with real twins. I just love her eyes. Can you see her eyes? Oh, she's so sweet. She's a very chatty baby. She's a lot like the Saskia, and she's got a little freckle there and a couple on her forehead. And this one just needs a cuddle. All right, ladies, have a blessed day today. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye-bye.